So I'm here to do an old trend with you guys. I don't know if you remember when tag videos were a thing. I've done some of these before on my channel. So this is 150 great YouTube tag questions. I'm not into these. Okay, this is roommate tag questions. So my roommates consist of Buggy, Daddy, and my aminals. But we're only counting Daddy for this. Who goes to bed later? Daddy. Who takes the longest showers? Me. Who's more messy? I'd say it's about a 50-50. But I feel like a little more me because I have more stuff. Who is the bigger phone addict? Oh, yeah. It's definitely me. What's your biggest pet peeve about each other? I don't know what Daddy's biggest pet peeve about me is. I think it's probably nagging him about chores. My biggest pet peeve for him, he's got a couple of pet peeves I hate. I've got a couple pet peeves. Leaving empty water bottles all over the house. Piling dirty laundry in front of or underneath his desk instead of putting it in front of the basement door so we can go downstairs. Or putting it in the dirty laundry pile. Leaving dishes in the sink for a really long time. Not saving leftovers. I'll just name a few. Who has more friends? Neither of us really have that many friends. Who's a better cook? Definitely him. Have you ever borrowed something from your roomie? Yes. I used to wear his clothes all the time when I was pregnant. When he didn't feel like trying to find me something to wear, I'd steal his shirts and his hoodies. Have you ever snooped in your roommate's things? Yep. That's how I found out he was giving money to Bee. That's how I suspected before she told me that he was giving money to her. Crap. Who's noisier? Probably him, because he stomps when he walks. Who has better style? Me? Because Daddy wears the same thing every day. T-shirt and pajama pants. And if he's home, it's either pajama pants or just boxers. And when he goes out, it's either a shirt, hoodie, it's either a shirt and pajama pants, shirt and basketball shorts, hoodie and basketball shorts, or, you know what I mean, like, a hoodie, or he's wearing work clothes. Who has better taste in music? Ooh, me. I mean, I don't dislike I don't dislike everything he listens to, but I do dislike about half of it. Who has the weirder habit? I don't know. Which one of you snores? Ha, Daddy. Hands down, tried to suffocate him last night because he was snoring. Have you walked on in on each other when you shouldn't have? Considering we have a child together, there's nothing we can't really see. Who has more shoes? The shoe queen. Who has more clothes? We'll take another hint. Me? What's the weirdest habit I have? I don't know. Who reads more? Considering I've only ever seen Daddy read once. He read the first, 10 pages of a book. The book that True Blood is based off of. I think is what it was. No. Me. My weirdest habit I have? I don't know. Who's the pickier eater? Probably me. It's not even so much that I'm more picky. It's because I don't eat pork and beef and stuff. Who makes the bed in the morning? Daddy. Who's a better roommate? Me. Or at least I try to be. Who takes longer getting ready? Me. And that's not counting me getting the baby ready. That's just counting myself in general. But it takes me 40 to 50 minutes to get ready for work in the morning. But again, 20 of those minutes are getting the baby ready. Were you friends before roommates? We were never friends. We've been partners before we were roommates. This is our 4th time dating. Who's older? Him. Okay, get to know me tag. We'll do this for all the newbies on here, because I do have 302 subscribers now. Do I have any brothers? Yes, I have one brother. He's 11 years older than me. He lives in New Jersey, married to my sister-in-law, who's I think her birthday's in March. So she's I think 4 years. I think she's 4 months older than him. And they have my 2 nephews, who are 4 and 2. Brothers and sisters. I was supposed to, but no. My mom had miscarried a boy and a girl. So she claims. She knew, even though she was too early to actually find out. Before she had me. That's why I'm an accidental miracle. Because I wasn't planned, because he didn't think they could get pregnant again. But I was a miracle because he didn't think they could get pregnant again. My favorite food is cheese. What kind of phone do I have? An iPhone 11 Pro. Because my dad won't let me get a new iPhone. Do I speak any other languages? I can speak a little bit of French, because I took 3 years of French in high school. And a little bit of sign language, because I took sign language in high school. And then my wrist is hurting. Again in college. As an elective. Or as a language in college and elective in high school. And then French is my language in high school. Unless you count, I used to be able to speak Pig Latin. Not that that actually counts. Oh, and I do know a few Yiddish words, because I have a book. It's called If You Can't Say Anything Nice, Say It in Yiddish. It's how to swear, basically, and say derogatory things in Yiddish. And I can speak a tiny bit of Spanish. Basic beginner Spanish. What's the weirdest thing I eat? I eat some weird stuff. Most people will probably say pickle pizza. I didn't come up with the idea myself. I got it from a restaurant that's in our mall. It's on their menu. I don't know if it was just really good because I was pregnant, because I haven't tried it since. Where was I born? I'm not telling you the city I was born in, but I was born in New York. Born and raised. Lived in New York my whole life. And the city I was born in, I actually lived in until April, when me and Daddy moved to where we are now. And we lived because we moved 20 minutes away from where we were living. What's my favorite hobby? My hobbies are dancing, YouTube, and collecting dolls. And being a mom, if you can consider that a hobby. My favorite subject in school, I don't think I had a favorite. I hated school. I just went to be with my friends. Because I was supposed to. How old are you? I am. My big age is 29. In case you didn't know, I'm a little, and my little age is 2. In 5 years, where do I see myself? Hopefully, owning a toy store. Living in my own house. With a son and a biological son and daughter. And a doggy. And my kitties and my bunny. I don't know if I see Daddy in my future in 5 years. I would like B to be in my future in 5 years, but I think that's not going to happen because it is what it is. Best job I've ever had. Paying jobs, like legitimate on the books paying jobs, or like kid paying jobs, or volunteer jobs. What are we talking about? Because paying jobs, legitimate paying jobs that were on the books that I've had to pay taxes for, I've only had 4. So the daycare I currently work at, then when the daycare was open before, I worked there. When I was waiting for the daycare to reopen under the new name, I worked at a church. When I worked for my boss's sister-in-law at her daycare. I didn't love or hate any of my 3 daycare jobs. I did not like my church job because I literally had to get up bum poo early to get to work, just to sit there for 3 hours to get paid to do nothing. If I was lucky on any given day, I had 1, maybe 2 kids between Sunday school and the 2 services. And I hated it. So for paying jobs that were not on the books, I babysat for one of the kids that goes to the daycare when he was a baby, before his little brother was born. I babysat for a family with, it was 2 kids. Sometimes I would babysit their autistic brother too, their autistic half brother. I had a family that I babysat 2 autistic kids. It was mainly just me helping mom take them swim lessons. I had another babysitting job that literally lasted 1 time. I had another babysitting job that was like 2 streets away from my dad's house. Another babysitting job that lasted 1 time. I really liked babysitting for the one family. With the 2 kids that I would sometimes watch their autistic brother. Aside from the fact that sometimes they would come home from the casino super late at night. And I wouldn't get home till 3, 4 in the morning. And then have to be to college by like 8, 9 o'clock. Or student teaching or whatever. And I guess all my volunteer jobs I kind of felt the same about. Quite frankly. Because I mostly volunteered at the church I grew up in. Doing vacation Bible school and working in the toddler room. What sports do I play? Oh, what is the worst job you've ever had? Probably the church. Not because it was bad, but because it was boring. There was never... I was the nursery school teacher And the max kids I had was when we had guest kids. And the little girl came with, if the little girl came with her parents, then it was her and her baby brother. If the little girl came with her grandma, then it was just her. Oh, what's my favorite color? Hot pink. What sports do I play? Well, I danced. But that's not considered a sport, apparently. I don't know what it should be. Would you rather live in the city or the country? I want to live like where my dad lives. He's not in the middle of the country, bumfuck Egypt, nowhere. But he's like 5 minutes from the highway. And there's a Walmart near his house. The highway's right near his house. Like, he's close to everything. So he's in the country, but he's like right on the outskirts of town. So he's like really close to everything, but still in the country. What kind of music do I like? I listen to a little bit of everything. Listen to some R&B, some rap, some hip hop, country. Pop. What kind of movies do I like? Depends on my mood. Romance, horror, comedy. I'm very picky about action movies. And horror movies, it can't be anything supernatural. I don't like supernatural movies. It has to be like Killer Dolls or something like that. My favorite vacation? I don't know. A favorite vacation I've ever taken or a favorite vacation to take? I don't know. I loved going to Universal. I loved Dorney Park. I don't know. What places have you lived? I've only ever lived in New York. In 2 different cities, in a town and a city. Sorry, I live in a village. In a town. Because technically, so I lived in one house from the time I was 8 till I was born. Or from the time I was born till I was 8, sorry. Then I lived in the house my dad lives in now till I was like 24, 25. Then I moved in with Daddy, but I didn't legally live with Daddy. I moved in with him and his family till April, and then we moved into our current place. What countries have you visited? Canada. I've been to Kingston, Canada. Do I have any animals? Yes. You guys have seen them before, unless you're new here. Well, you've seen YB and Coraline, because YB's always photobombing. My 2 cats, and then Remy. And then we're supposed to be getting a puppy for Gabriel's first birthday. What's my favorite ice cream flavor? I don't know. It changes. Sometimes it's cookie dough. Sometimes it's homemade chocolate chip. Sometimes it's watermelon sherbet with gummy bears. Sometimes it's black cherry. Sometimes it's mint. It changes. My zodiac sign is Gemini. Yes, I've had technically 3 surgeries. First one was I had ear tubes put in when I was in 4th grade. Second one was whatever year the first Deadpool movie came out. I had my wisdom tooth pulled, which I say that was surgery because they had to do stitches and everything because they had cut my jaw open. And then 7 months ago, I had a C-section, an emergency C-section. So I've had 3 surgeries. Who is my favorite YouTuber? Currently, I mean, I like a lot of YouTubers, but I think the ones I mainly watch the most right now are Bunny and Melissa. No, Alicia, sorry, with the Doherty Dozen. And Sarah Zagari, or whatever her last name is. She owns Grandma's Playroom. I mean, I mostly watch shorts, though. Okay, we have the best friend tag. Oh, we're not going to do this one. Sibling tags. Okay. So it'd be between me and my older brother. Who's the smartest? My brother. Who's funnier? I don't know. Who's the grossest? I don't know. Who's the oldest? My brother. He's 11 years older than me. He'll be 30, or he'll be 40 this year. No, he'll be 41. And I'll be 30. He'll be 41 in July and I'll be 30 in June. The dumbest thing you've ever done together? Good question. I don't know if I could actually tell you the answer because my brother moved out of my brother was in college by the time I was 7. Have we ever gotten each other in trouble? He's tattled on me for doing shit, but I don't think we ever really got each other in trouble. We weren't bad kids. Grossest thing you've ever done to each other? Again, I don't know because I don't remember most of growing up together. Have you ever lied for each other? No. Favorite thing about each other? I don't know what my favorite thing would be about him. What do you dislike most about each other? I think the thing I dislike the most about my brother is that he doesn't make more of an effort to be around for me or spend time with me or see me. And now most of the time he does see me, it's initiated by his wife. My sister-in-law. Who's the chattiest? Hello. Me. Most talented? Him. More athletic? Since he played actual sports, probably him, because he played soccer. What do you think? My brother's already grown up, so I don't know what I think he'll end up doing for a living. What he's doing now. What was your biggest fight about? The only fight I can actually honestly remember. The only 2 fights I ever remember were when I was little. The hallway closet didn't have a back on it. It didn't have like a wall. Back wall. And I could just walk in from the hall closet into the closet in his room. And I would go in his room all the time and use my little doctor mallet and bang on the fish tank and scare his fish. That used to piss him off so much. And then one time we went to Washington, D.C. It was one of his friends, me, my mom, my dad. My mom and dad were fighting the whole trip. And my brother. And I had said my brother was stupid or something like that. And insulted him or something. I don't remember. Somehow I had insulted him. And also, we got in a fight one time. There used to be an arcade in our mall when we were growing up. And he had gotten me stuck in Chinese finger traps. And because I didn't know what Chinese finger traps were at the time. I'd never seen them. And I said he was a jerk and got mad at him. And I'm like, I don't know you. I hate you, this, that, the third. So he literally got so mad at me. I tried to get in the car. He's like, I don't know you. Get out of my car. And he literally locks the door so I couldn't get in the car. Pulls halfway out of the parking space before he lets me in the car. I don't think we really fought much. It was more just like me just doing stuff to annoy him. Not intentionally trying to annoy him, you know what I mean? Because I was younger. What were your... I don't think he had a nickname for me as a kid. My nickname for him, because I couldn't say his name, was Bobo. Okay, I couldn't say my S's very well. Because his name is Chris. So I would say Krish. So I called him Bobo. His favorite band? Good question. I don't know who his favorite band is. I don't even think I could guess. Who's weirder? Definitely me. And I'm eccentric, not weird. How many years apart are you? I already told you that. We're 11. Who's cooler? Me. Who's more likely to end up in jail? Again, me. Who will get married first? He's already married. And I don't think Daddy's ever going to marry me after his ex-wife. Even though March will be 4 years we've been together. Who do you think will have kids first? I already know who's going to have kids first, and it was Daddy. My brother. My brother had 2 kids. Well, Daddy did have kids before me. My brother had 2 kids before I had my son. His youngest was almost 2.5 when I had my son. Who's more artistic? I mean, I'm more creative, but he's got more drawing and like art skills. Do you wish you had other siblings? I wish that either I had another sibling that was closer in age to me or that my brother was closer in age to me. Because I relate more to kids that don't have siblings than kids that have siblings. Because he was out of the house by the time I was 7. What do you do to annoy each other? We barely ever see each other, so we don't really do anything to annoy each other. Okay. Next tag. Best girlfriend tags. We're not doing this one. A lot of these are ones you have to do with other people. Best boyfriend tag. Yeah, no. We don't have him here. Okay, let's see what other ones we can find. Okay, this is 116 awesome tag questions. Let's see. Are you hot? I'm going to say no. I don't find myself attractive. Am I rich? No. Are you in love? Yes. I kind of love Daddy, and I love B, kind of, sort of. And I love Gabriel. Do I like coffee? Being pregnant made me coffee addicted. My dream vacation. I have a couple. Either going to see narwhals, going to see animals in Australia, or staying in a castle in Ireland. What do you truly love? My son. What sport do I play? I don't play sports. Last movie I watched, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and fell asleep through it. What are you eating right now? I was eating Panera's kettle cooked potato chips, but currently not eating anything. What sport do you play? I don't play a sport. I used to dance, but that's not considered a sport. How is your best friend? Having a stressful day like I am. What novels do you read? I'm currently reading White Oleander, which awesome movie if you've never seen it. 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult, the author that wrote the book for My Sister's Keeper, which the book is better than the movie. And Secret Garden, because I've seen the movie 8 million times but never read the book. And some weird comic book about a blind guy and his son that I got from Dollar Tree. What's my favorite pet? Favorite pet I've ever had? Or a favorite pet I currently have? My favorite pet I currently have is my most annoying pet, which is Wyborn Graham. My favorite pet I've ever had in my entire life were probably ferrets. Or my dog. My first dog. Because I didn't have my second dog long enough because Mommy's a pain in the ass. What TV shows do you like? I like a lot of TV shows. I just watched the 90s show. I loved the 70s show. I love Law & Order SVU. Alice Bakes in Wonderland. I like a lot of different shows. What are you watching now? I'm not currently watching TV, but the last thing I did watch on TV was The Office. I started to rewatch that because I didn't get to watch the last, 4 episodes or so. Before it got taken off Netflix, but it's on Peacock. What do you put on to bed? Depends. Sometimes I'll wear just a t-shirt and underwear. Sometimes I'll wear a bra and bottoms. Sometimes I'll wear to bed whatever I was wearing that day, depending on what it was. Like today, I'll take off my sweater, and I'll wear my t-shirt and probably just underwear. So I'll take off my pants. Sometimes I'll wear footy PJs. I mean, it all just depends on the day. The name of my pet. My 3 pets are my bunny, Romulus Rue. Romulus, we call him Remy for short. He's named after Remy from, what's the name of that movie? Ratatouille. And Rue from Winnie the Pooh. Because I got him a week before Gabriel's baby shower, which was Disney themed. Coraline Mystic, because she's a black cat, and I wanted something spooky that was different, so we went with Coraline, because that's my favorite Halloween movie, and Mystic, because Halloween. And then her partner in crime is Wyborn Grimm, because YB from Coraline. And Grimm is it's spelled like Grimm Fairy Tales Grimm, but it's after Grim Reaper, because I'm obsessed with, on Sims, with killing Peeping Tom, and I have a Peeping Tom graveyard in the back of my one Sims house. What size is my bed? I always get this wrong, but I think it's a full. It's either queen or a full. I can never remember. What are you listening to now? I'm not listening to anything currently. The last thing I think I listened to was country music. What's my favorite subject? I'm not in school, and I hated school. Worst injury you ever had? Either when I dropped the table on my toe and almost broke my toe, when I almost sliced my toe in half, my other big toe, I think it was, or one of my toes on my other foot, or when I broke my arm. What were you doing 3 hours ago? What time is it? 3 hours ago, I was finishing up a YouTube video for you guys, cleaning my fridge, and showing you what I got today. Are you wearing pants right now? Yes. I'm wearing pants that I got from a pickup I did. What are your plans for tonight? Well, if Gabriel gets up within the next half hour, I'm going to go to Thrifty Shopper by my house and possibly Dollar Tree. Then go get Daddy at 7, or at 6:30. Hoping B will let me drop the stuff off to her at 6. I don't know what our plans are after dinner, or after I get Daddy. I haven't thought that far through yet. When do I usually go to sleep? I usually fall asleep on the couch between 11 and 1. And then Daddy has me go upstairs to bed with him when he goes to bed, which is anywhere between 11 and 5, depending on if he has a day off or what time he goes into work. So if he goes into work, if he opens, then he'll go to bed between 1 and 3. If he has a truck shift, which is he has to be there at 6, he'll go to bed between 11 and midnight. If he's off or has a closing shift, then he'll go to bed between 1:30 and 5. When did you last go shopping? If you guys watched my video earlier, before I came home, I last went shopping at Walmart. Our Supercenter. Walmart, not our regular Walmart. When did you last go on vacation? Technically, I went on a mini vacation for Christmas. We went overnight to my brother and sister-in-law's in New Jersey. Have I watched any movies this week? Yes. The last movie I watched was yesterday. Yes, the only movie I've watched this week was Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Do you miss anyone or anything right now? Yes. I miss B. I miss my other ex. I haven't really processed my one grandpa's death yet, but I miss my mom's parents. I miss my great aunt. Who was the last person you chat with on Facebook? Daddy sent me a message in response to a link or a thread I sent him. I think it was about something I wanted to get for Gabriel, or was it a different one? I can't remember. Okay, funny YouTube question tags. Do I wet my bed? No. I mean, I did once when I think I was pregnant. Last time I wet the bed. Beer or wine? Wine slushies. Feeling sleepy? Yes. Am I drunk? No. I have not had alcohol since Friday. Are you a flirt? Depends on the situation. Talk to animals. I talk to my animals all the time. Are you hungry 24/7? Only when I'm at work. Not so much when I'm home. Do you cry in public? Not very often, but I have. Am I always happy? Not even close. Do you have a stalker? I have a guy that randomly flirts with me on Facebook. And then when I try to flirt back with him, he gets mad and says I have a boyfriend. And flips out on me. Because he drunk texts me. So it was this kid I was trying to get with. That was friends. That dated my best friend's sister. Twin sister. Can you fart in public? Yes. Have I ever peed in the woods? I honestly don't remember if I have or not. Are you always impatient? No. Do you cry in sad movies? Yes. Would you marry a celebrity? Depends on who the celebrity is. Are you a drama king or a queen? Yes. I've been told so. Do you dance or sing in the car? Dancing, not so much singing. Hell yeah. Have you ever stolen a street sign before? Nope. Do you sing or dance in the shower? I've sung a couple times in the shower, but not really. Have you ever forgotten your birthday? No. Do you ask or answer stupid questions? Both. How long can you stay without bathing? My record is a week. I will not absolutely go longer than a week. And that was mainly when we lived at Daddy's because the bathroom with the shower in it was in his brother and his girlfriend's room. And a lot of times he would be sleeping for work because he worked third shift or whatever. So it was hard for me to take a shower regularly. Would you give all your money to charity? Yes and no. I wanted to make sure all my bills were set and stuff for a while before I gave money to charity. Do you watch cartoons or animes? The only anime I really watch is Cardcaptor Sakura, which I never finished. And I do love cartoons. Have you ever laughed at the wrong moment? I think most people have. All places you have piercings on your body. No, it's going to be all places I had piercings on my body because my body rejects piercings. I've had my ears pierced twice, just a single hole. And I've had my belly button pierced twice, but my body rejects piercings. Can you spend all your money on something stupid? Since having a kid, no. And living on my own, no. But I used to, all the time. Would you drop your phone after you just bought it? Why would anybody purposely drop their phone? Do you always smile for camera when taking pictures? No. Did you dress up for Halloween as when you were a kid? We didn't really celebrate Halloween much as a kid. But things I was in my childhood were a Siamese cat, a geisha girl, I believe 1 year, a mommy monkey, a paper doll. I think that was it. We didn't really celebrate as a kid. I never understand why anyone... Yeah, what is the... Why do they purposely drop their phone? Like, I don't get it. Okay. Personal YouTube tag questions. Okay, let's see what these are. Are you lazy? 50-50. Depends on the day. Favorite movie? I honestly don't have a favorite movie. Are you dating? Yes. Am I married? No. Daddy won't get married. Favorite scent? Depends on what we're talking about. Like, are we talking Bath and Body Works? Because I got 3 favorites from Bath and Body Works. Japanese Cherry Blossom, Chocolate Covered Strawberry, and the 90s kid in me, Cucumber Melon. If we're talking about, like, wax melts or candles, anything fruity. If we're talking about, like, overall in general, newspapers or new books. How old am I? I just already answered that one. Are you in debt? No, I am actually debt-free now. I'm officially debt-free. I've been debt-free since like half of 2022. Do I have kids? Hey, yeah, if you've been around for a while, you know I have Gabriel. I have a 7-month-old and 2 stepkids. Summer or winter? Summer. Do you use drugs? I would not ever admit to that on YouTube because someone already on YouTube tried to report me. But I've never used drugs a day in my life. I've never smoked, never used drugs. I've been contact high. See, where were you born? I already answered that one. Have I ever fallen in love? Yes. I've had 2 true, like, epiphany loves. Love of my life. B and my ex-best friend of 6 years. We dated for 6 months. What's my religion? Non-denominational Christian. How much do you earn? I am not divulging that on Facebook. But I'll say minimum wage. Even though I have 2 college degrees. I don't get paid shit. Do I have any siblings? I already answered. I did a whole tag about that. When did you last cry? A little bit ago, because I was depressed. Hobbies, I already did that. What's my eye color? Answer that yourself, folks. Computer or television? It depends on the mood in my day. But usually computer. Or television. Hobbies, I already answered that. Do you like joking a lot? I wouldn't say a lot, but I like to joke and have fun. Are you named after anyone? My middle name, or my first name, my dad came up with. My middle name is a biblical name. So kind of, sort of. Do you want to get married? Yes. To Daddy? I don't know. What do people like you for? It really depends on who you're asking. Do I have any special talents? No. Favorite cereal? That changes. It goes from one day it could be Honey Bunches of Oats. Next day it could be Honey Nut Cheerios. Next day it could be Berry Cheerios. Next day it could be Blueberry Cheerios. Next day it could be Blueberry Frosted Mini Wheats. And it could be regular Frosted Mini Wheats. And it could be Captain Crunch. Like, it varies. What are your plans for the future? My future's not very far planned. I've got bits and pieces of my life planned up to, like, July 10th. How long can you stick in a relationship? My longest relationship was 4 years and a couple days. But she was psycho. And I actually cheated on her with Daddy. And then Daddy cheated on me, and then we broke up for a year, and then got back together. What do you want to do when you grow up? Own my own toy store. What's the first thing you initially notice about people? Faces. Smiles. How many people have you slept with over the last month? Just Daddy. I haven't cheated on Daddy in over a year. Because Gabriel is 7 months. I was pregnant with him for 8 months. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 months. And I hadn't slept with him with anybody. I hadn't cheated on him since a year before since the summer before I got pregnant with Gaby. So it's been 2 years. 2 years and 3 months since I last cheated on Daddy. Yeah. So I haven't slept with anybody other than Daddy in 2 years and 3 months. Okay. Deep YouTube tags. Okay, let's see, what are these? Does love equal sex? No, you can have sex without love, and you can have love without sex. You don't need sex to have love, and you don't need love to have sex. Do you think you are old-fashioned? No. Love with heartbreaks or no love at all? Ooh, that's a tough one. Love with heartbreaks, I guess, because you learn more from that than you do from no love at all. Which one do you prefer, trust or love? And why? I don't know. I think I'm 50-50 on both. Because you need trust to love someone. If you can't have love without trust. Well, I mean, I kind of sort of love Daddy, and I don't fully trust him yet. Again, but you can have trust without love. You can trust someone and not love them. You can trust, like, I trust my coworkers, but I don't love them. Well, I do some of them, but the majority of them I don't love. I like, but I don't. Would you save the life of a homeless person? Depends on the homeless person. Depends on their situation. Because if they're homeless because they were doing drugs and this, that, the third, no, I'm not going to help a homeless drug addict. But if they're homeless because, like, we had a family at my daycare, they were homeless because their house burned down in a fire. Okay, that's different. different scenario. If you could wish anything or do anything, what would it be? If I could have one wish in the world, it would be that my my mom's parents and my great aunt would come back. My great aunt and great uncle would come back to life and meet my son. If I could make the impossible happen. Is money the real source of happiness? No. Money does not buy happiness. Tried that a million times. Does not work. What makes me happy? Toys. Dolls. Stuffed animals. Cuddles. Being paid attention to. Love. Are you the type of friend you'd like to have as a friend? Yes. Would you prefer to hurt someone you love most? Would you prefer to be hurt by someone you love the most or by someone you trust the most? I've been hurt by both, so I don't know. What is probably the hardest thing to lose in your case? B. Mommy, because I just can't seem to let her go no matter what I do, even when she does wrong. Remember last time you were furious? What made you angry? Do you feel different? Last time I was furious? Last time I was angry, I wasn't furious. But last time I was furious had something to do with Daddy. Daddy not doing something, or Daddy did something wrong, or I don't remember what. But probably. Oh, or it was the fact that I got... No, I think last time I was furious was that I keep getting exposed... Oh yeah, last thing that made me absolutely really furious was either B, I think, or the fact that I keep getting exposed to COVID at work. Imagine you're alone at home, lonely and bored. Okay, I'm not going to imagine that because I am that. I am home alone, lonely, and bored. I mean, I'm not alone. I have the baby, but... Who would you like wish to be together with? Either my ex, my ex M, we'll just call her M, or B. Apart from romantic love, when did you last tell someone you loved them? What did they mean to you? Last time I told someone I loved them was my child. What does he mean to me? He's my friggin' child. He means everything to me. Or my mom was the other last person I told I love them. She's my mom. Has she been a perfect mom? No. Has she been a decent mom? Yes. She's tried her best, and that's what counts. If you gave your money to charity, who will you donate it to? Homeless people, organizations, or children's home? Out of those choices, I don't know. I wouldn't donate to any of the above. When I donate money, I donate to either, well, I guess children, kind of, sort of, because I donate to, I used to sponsor a child through Compassion International, and I've donated to the Malala Fund. Those are my favorite, too, to donate to, honestly. If you don't know the story of Malala Yousafzai, I think is how you say her last name, go look her up. There's a documentary called, I can't remember if it's called My Name is Malala or They Call Me Malala. The book is called one and the documentary is called the other one. And Compassion International sponsored a child. Because I'm so sick of seeing St. Jude this, St. Jude that, help the ASPCA. Like, no, I'm over it. They get enough money. Like, they're not that I don't like them as organizations, it's just, I'd rather help the lesser-known organizations that need the help more than the big, huge corporations, big, huge nonprofits like ASPCA and St. Jude that everybody and their brother knows. Everybody and their brother supports. Okay. You are to save your family member or your lover from drowning in an ocean. Who do you leave to drown to their death and why? Who's the family member? That's my question. Is it one of my cousins? Is it one of my uncles? One of my aunts? My mom? My dad? My brother? My sister-in-law? My nephews? My son? My stepkids? Who am I? Depends on who the person is. Depends on the person who I choose. When did you last honestly reveal your feelings to someone else, no matter how hard it was? Who was it? What did you tell that person? I tell B all the time my deepest, darkest feelings about her. It's always hard, because she's a pain in my ass. And I don't remember. I tell her so much. What is the hardest, difficult thing you reveal to someone you're probably in love with? You love them, or you don't love them as they do? I've never had anybody that's loved me that I haven't loved back. Usually I love them, they don't love me back. That's how that ends up going. What is harder for you? What is harder for you? Facing someone when telling him or her the way you feel, or facing someone when he or she is telling you the way they feel? Depends on the situation and the mood of the other person. Your best friend just confessed to have feelings for you and wants to be more than friends. She loves you. What do you do or say? I would probably lose my mind. And I'd be kind of concerned. And I'd be like, cool, thanks for coming out of the closet. Because my best friend is straight. My best friend is 100% straight. I couldn't date my best friend, sorry. Nope, can't date you. Well, that and my other best friend is a 7-month-old baby, so that ain't legal. That's weird and not legal. Picture the last dead person you know. You have a chance to bring them back for life. Bring them back to life for an hour, but you lose 1 year of your life. Will you do it and why? No. The last person I know that died, I would not bring back to life to lose a year of my life. I would not bring back to life for an hour to lose a year of my life. Because I wasn't that close to my grandpa, actually. Now, if it was before my grandpa died and we're talking about my grandma, I would do that in a heartbeat. But for my grandpa, it's my dad's dad. No. I had nothing in common with him. He was big-time military. I did not vibe with him at all. In an emergency situation, for example, a burning building, you have a chance to make a single phone call. Who will you call? What will you tell them? Ooh. Honestly, at this point, I'd probably call B and tell her to make sure to keep my son safe. Because his dad's not a good dad. Let me rephrase. His dad's not a bad dad. But he makes really crappy relationship decisions. So I want to make sure that B's there to keep him safe from his bad relationship decisions and his bad taste in girlfriends. Because I'm the best thing he's dated, and that's bad. Now, you receive news from your doctor that your condition is worsening, and you only have 1 week to live. Will you reveal to anyone or everyone you are about to die? Yes, I had a cancer scare once before. It ended up being an STD, not cancer. So it was curable. But I went for 8 months. They found out when I went for my first pap smear when I got pregnant. They couldn't do the biopsy because I was pregnant. So I'd do the biopsy after I got pregnant. So I went 8 months thinking that I possibly had cancer to find out it was an STD. And it wasn't cancer. What will you do in your last days? Will you be afraid? Yes, I'd be afraid. And what would I do in my last days? I don't know. When heading to work, you encounter a situation that you need to help out. For instance, a cat is stuck on top of a tree. Your boss is threatening to fire you if you're late to work again. I'm late to work every day, but never. The max is 15 minutes. Very rarely am I later than 15 minutes. And the one time was because she made me COVID test myself, which takes 20 minutes for a rapid COVID test. At-home rapid COVID test. Another time was because of a car accident, which was out of my control. Another time was because of a coworker that may no longer be a coworker. I don't know how that's going to go. Do you risk saving the cat's life? Why or why not? If it's for a cat, probably not. Your boss wants to sack your coworker due to work shortages, and she just got the job recently. You've been working there much longer, with a large family to support. Your coworker has no source of income. Will you approach your boss and request to quit? Why or why not? No. I will never put someone else's job above mine. I have a family to support. I have a son to support and stepkids to help support. It's not my responsibility what happens to everybody else. It's their problem, not mine. But yes, but anywho, I'm gonna go and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye, guys.